Hey guys, Brian, co-founder and CEO of LeadTruffle here, going to take you through how to track your revenue conversions in LeadTruffle so that when a lead that came through LeadTruffle, whether it's a phone call, website texting, a lead aggregator like Yelp, LSA, whatever it may be, when they finally pay you and turn into a paying customer, you can track that data directly in LeadTruffle and really see the complete picture, ROI, things like that. So first step, we need to use Zapier. So if you don't have Zapier or know what Zapier is, you can go to zapier.com and you can create an account. It's basically a tool that integrates with everything. So it makes it easier to integrate wherever you're capturing the payments into LeadTruffle. Now you will need to be on their first paid tier because we're going to use something called a webhook to set this up. So if you're on Zapier, you want to get that lowest tier paid plan to make sure you have webhooks. So once you have your Zapier account, let's then make sure we're on the newest version of the LeadTruffle Zapier app. It's going to be 1.1. So if you see here, it says LeadTruffle 1.1.0. You may have one that says 1.0.0. That won't have what we're working on here. You need 1.1.0. Probably the fastest way to get it is to go into your LeadTruffle account, go down to Zapier and webhooks, and then click connect with Zapier. And that will connect you to, even if you've already connected to LeadTruffle, this will upgrade you to the newest version. All right. So Zapier account on the base paid tier. You have the LeadTruffle app 1.1.0. And if you don't, again, have it, you can come in here, Zapier webhooks, connect with Zapier. And now that we have that set up, we can actually log the conversion. So when creating the Zap, you want to go in and click Create Zap. And we'll want to do first the payment collection. So everyone watching this is going to be collecting payments somewhere different. They may be collecting it through Jobber, Housecall Pro, their CRM. They may use something like QuickBooks Online. They may use Stripe. Pretty much all of those systems, for the most part. If you're using an obscure old legacy CRM, it may not have it, but for the most part, they will have a Zapier app, and that Zapier app will have data for when you get paid. Okay. I'm going to use QuickBooks. It's a very common accounting software. I know a lot of folks use it, and it's pretty easy to explain. But you will want to find your app. And the way that you'll find your app is if you've already created this app, you can come in here to change, or on creation, look for your CRM like Jobber or Housecall Pro and search for that app here. I'm going to use QuickBooks because it's an easy example. So I'm connected to my QuickBooks account. And there's a variety of triggers that are coming out of QuickBooks when they happen. When you're setting your app up, you want to search for a term like payment or invoice. In this case, I have a new payment, and let me get rid of that. Triggers when a payment is received with line item support. I could probably use bill to, doesn't really matter. What we want from our CRM or payment system is a notification when I get paid as a business. Okay. So I want to click, find that record, find that trigger, click continue. Zapier will likely ask you to pull a test record so you can see exactly the data that's coming across, and then continue. In my case, I have some payments in QuickBooks, and I made a dummy payment for this demonstration as well. Next step on this app is going to be LeadTruffle. So when you're setting up LeadTruffle, you typically won't see it here in the list of apps, but if you search for LeadTruffle and you set up the connection like I showed at the start of the video, you'll see LeadTruffle 1.1.0, invite only. You can pin that now while you're here, and that's what you're going to use. All right, so we're taking data from QuickBooks, sending it into LeadTruffle. Now, what is the action, right? We're getting a notification when I get paid through QuickBooks, and now what I want to do is the second option here, upsert lead conversion. Basically, developer fancy term, update my leads when I get paid. Okay. And then you want to make sure that you have the right account here. You'll typically just have one LeadTruffle account. I have multiple because I'm testing stuff. And again, you can check down here. It says personal one Zap v 1.1.0. That's good. If I tried to use this other Zap, that wouldn't work. Once I have that set, there's really two main pieces of data you need. One is phone number. And so the way I'm getting phone numbers, if you come into this field and you hit the plus button, this will show you all of the data that's coming out of your payment system. And so you can look for something like phone number in this case. Every payment system is going to be different. For the most part, you have a client phone number or whatever. In this case, it's customer primary phone. You can ignore lead ID. You may have it. If you've set this up before, you probably won't. And then the other big one is the revenue amount. So how much did you get paid from this client? And so I'm going to search amount and pick the first one. I did a sample payment for $1. Depending on your system, it may say invoice amount or payment amount, whatever. That's what needs to go here in revenue amount. And then the rest, you can leave blank, but if for some reason you're tracking lead source, for example, in your payment system or CRM, you could put that here. Any notes, conversion status, typically you're going to leave 1 because that means we got paid. And then we'll hit continue. And now we can test this step. I already tested it, but you could test it and make sure the data is coming in from your payment solution or CRM and into LeadTruffle correctly. And if you test it, what you should be able to then go do is look at the lead and open the lead by going to, say, Brian Shankman here, click details, and then down here it says revenue and conversion tracking $1. All right. So now I got paid $1 for myself, and that's tracked in LeadTruffle. Every time now that this is set up, someone pays me, if they're in LeadTruffle, that payment will automatically convert and be tracked. And you'll have all that, lovely data there. We're working on some ways to build some dashboards, around this information, but getting it in there is the first step. Now you can add, if you're watching this, oh, Brian, I want to set up Zapier, whatever it may be. I do recommend doing that, but you can always log conversions manually. Let's say you have a higher ticket, lower velocity service, and you get paid a couple times a month. You could come in here and say, I closed a customer at $20,000. For a roofing job, and you could log this manually. All right. So that is an option. I do recommend setting up what we just went through in Zapier so that moving forward, as your leads are coming in from all your different sources into LeadTruffle, you are tracking that payment. Of course, if you have any questions, I know I went through a lot there. Always feel free to message me through Intercom, call me, email me, text me. Happy to get on Zoom, walk you through this. And thanks so much.